Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. What is power? I mean real power. Let me introduce you to a better way. Power is neutral. Love is neutral. Compassion is neutral, and neutral is compassion. Neutral is love. Neutral is power, and neutral is compassion. There are two forms of power that you already know of, that you're used to, that you experience every single day the moment you wake up. There's the male form of power, and when I say male, I don't mean men. I mean left brain. The male form of left brain power is called push. It's where you grab things, control things, and push. You use push energy. It's called the external form of power. So you're going outside and grabbing or pushing something. You're controlling. The internal form of power, or the female/right brain form of power, is manipulation. It's trickery. So when I mention the word power, or put it in my thumbnail or the introduction picture, such as the power of intention, or how to be power, how to step into your power, a lot of you are thinking it's male power, it's controlling. No. There's a certain percentage of you, probably women, or people who are very right brain, who think in terms of manipulation and deception. No. These two forms of power are not power. They are forced control. So there's the push form of power, where you're being pushy and you're pushing someone. And then there's the female form of pulling. So male is push, female is pull. Again, neither one of these are actually true forms of power. They are manipulation and forced control. This is what we call power over others, or power over people. That is not NOT. That is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is completely and totally letting go of both of those forms of power. There's that key phrase I use a lot, letting go. There's a third form of power. It's called neutral. It truly is the only form of power that actually exists. The other forms of power are a constant back and forth tug of war battle. It's exhausting, it's draining, and nobody walks away happy at all, ever. Now there's a second piece to this. It's called intention. And this is what actually guides your power. See, true love isn't control. It's not push. It's not pull. It's not grab. It's not control. It's not manipulation. It's not deceptive. It's not trickery. If you have to work to get someone to love you, that's not love. Let go. Just completely stop. Letting go is the art of everything. So for right now, this sounds really good. Words sound good. There are actual steps to gaining access to this form of power. Number one, completely and totally let go. Let go of everything. All your thoughts, all your emotions, and all your feelings. I didn't mean you had to get rid of them. I just meant let go of them and allow them to be. Instead of controlling them, experience them. This is the key to healing. Letting go is also the art of non-attachment. That's what meditation is. A thought comes up into your forehead. Don't get sucked into it. Open up, drop back, and allow it to be. Just notice it. Just allow your awareness to expand to your entire body and the space around you, and then have an awareness of where that thought or that feeling is. Just begin to notice it and let it be, and it will unwind on its own. And then another thought will come up, and then just have an open, expanded awareness of it as well. And just notice where it's at. That's all you have to do. This is meditation. From this space of neutrality, of nothingness, is where and how you begin to heal. And this is how an energy healer begins to heal others. It's the space of neutralness. It's the space of nothing. And yet it's from this space where you can experience everything. Letting go literally means allowing the door to power to open up. Now you're accessing true power. If you can learn how to be in your own space and expand to that awareness of it, that's when you allow others to be in their own space versus trying to change them, trying to poke them, trying to pull them, trying to push them, trying to change them. You're just noticing them, and you're allowing them to be in their own space, and you're just experiencing whatever they are. Now, the internal awareness techniques that I teach you guide you to learn how to enter this space. So firstly, by myself being in this space, it allows your energy to begin to recognize this and remember this, because this is who and what you were originally. It begins to remember. This is where most people are. They have this chaotic battle from forehead to forehead, this energy that is horizontal, connecting you to them, and it becomes a tug of war. This form of connection is unhealthy. It's draining, it's exhausting, and this is where narcissists are. They are completely and totally stuck here. This is why it always feels like you're in a battle, a tug of war, every conversation, every moment, every experience you have with them. It literally is physically and energetically draining. So, what would happen if you were to come along and be in your own space, in your own bubble, in your own energy? Your awareness is inside you and around your own space. This is complete and total respect for other people's space. Now, when I say respect, I don't mean egotistical. I respect you, you respect me. You know, it's like a back and forth left brain either or. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't mean the ego talk. I'm just talking about being in your own space. It's very respectful of other people's space. But when you invade other people's space, such as this picture, people get mad, people get upset. Most people are stuck in this space, and they experience every experience as a negotiation, almost like a tit for tat. Well, you do this, then I'll do it. Like it's this back and forth, constant negotiation of power. What would happen if you simply allowed yourself to be in your own space, to have access to your own power? You would feel love. You would feel compassion for yourself. The key is you would also feel the energies around you. By allowing and letting go, you begin to notice. Not once did I ever say focus, because a lot of men go, let me focus on this. Nope, you just did it in the wrong way. Now you're doing that linear forehead to forehead. Don't do that. Not even with yourself. Let go. And when I say let go and allow your energy to expand, I didn't say focus out there. There's no focus. Completely relaxation. It's total and complete relaxation and absolute nothingness. The art of life is learning how to go down that river in your own paddle boat, in your own canoe, next to someone side by side, working together. It's like you have to expand open to be aware of the energy, the flow of the river, the flow of your partner, the flow of yourself. The more that I'm in this space, the greater I can heal someone. Because instead of looking for something, I just allow myself to expand open and allow myself to receive whatever is being shared with me, whatever is being expressed to me. If you're focused in that linear tube, that little small circle, like looking down a scope, you can't notice much because noticing is all the way around you, like a big ball around you. See, the way you lead people is not by leading people. It's by leading yourself. That's why being internal awareness is so important. Because it's not a matter of going, here, let me grab you and pull you along. If you have to pull someone along, let them go. They need to be on another ship. They shouldn't even be with you. If they're not, here's the key word, freely going along with you, going along with your life or going along with your business, they literally have no business being there. If people would just simply begin to learn how to go neutral and to begin to experience the emotions and the energies around them with the people and beings that they're with, they'll know what to do automatically. It becomes very clear. If you as the empath were to simply, now this is the mistake, it's the funny thing is because we feel everything. The problem is we also filter those emotions, feelings, and energy through, I want to think the best about this person, even if they're a narcissist or a very dark being or a stalker or a psychopath. We're like, oh no, they're not a psychopath, even though you know they are. Oh, I see the best in them. And that's the logical side of your brain. You're thinking about it. Thinking blocks. Thinking is only 7 plus or minus 2 bits of information. So 7 plus 2 is 9 bits. 7 minus 2 is 5 bits. So it's between 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 bits of information. That's your thinking. It's extremely limited. The rest of your, I don't even want to say your unconscious mind, because most of you think, well, that's like my subconscious in my brain, like the back part or underneath. No, it's your entire body, every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, and it's the electrical magnetic energy that's around your field of energy, like a ball of energy all the way around you. See, the energy isn't inside or out, it's both. So a way to learn how to do this, here's just one way, is to lay down in bed. I prefer to lay on my side. You can do it on your back. I do it on my back sometimes. And just allow your awareness to drop down inside your body in an open way, in a relaxed way. Just let it go. So let's say you have, and a lot of times people will begin to notice, like, wow, I have tension in my solar plexus, or like a lot of people, they're like, man, I got a lot of tension in the back of my forehead and in my eyes. Like, I never, like a lot of, when there's a process I take them through, they're like, I never noticed that before. I'm like, well, yeah, remember when you first walked in, I said, do you feel like you have a lot of pressure in your head and in your eyes? You're like, no, because you get so used to it from being external or from pulling that you think it's normal, because you've done it so long. You're like, well, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, your forearm bone is just your forearm bone, and you never really think about it because that's the way it is. So the key is you just lay there and you have an awareness of, let's say it's your forehead. There's like an energy or a tightness or something. And instead of focusing in on it, don't do that. Allow yourself to drop back to the back of your head or back to your heart. And from there, have an open awareness of your forehead. In other words, notice the space and area around your head. And then have an expanded awareness of that tension in your forehead. Don't focus down on it. Allow it to. It's kind of like, okay, I'm looking at this little ball on the right side of my desk. I'm not focused on it. I just have an open awareness. I see my desk. I see the walls of my periphery and, behind and in front. And I notice my telephone to the right and my computer in front. So I have an expanded awareness that expands all the way out. And at the same time, I have an open awareness of that ball. If you allow yourself to just eventually let go and allow that ball of energy to be in its own space, it will eventually, see, that's concentrated energy. That's why there's tension. Eventually it'll start to loosen up and the molecules, electrons, and atoms begin to expand and flow, and then that entire thing disappears. And what you will feel is this energy expand throughout your whole body. Like it just opens up and completely lets go, and you'll feel your whole body expand. Because essentially what we're doing is we're bringing that drop of energy back inside your core energy, and now it becomes one with you. And so in a sense, that little ball or tightness, that concentration is gone. The energy is still there, it's just not combined into this little ball of molecules and electrons being stuck together. Now they just completely open up and flow through your system. It's exactly like when you dissolve salt or sugar in hot water. When you can get to the space of allowing that experience to happen, now you can go out into the real world and experience the same space when you're with other people. If you can allow yourself to completely let go, because what happens is other people are clinging and holding onto their forehead and their eyes and their heart, and this tension, it can cause you to go into that clinging and that holding on, and that's called attachment. In other words, people tend to go into rapport with each other. The key is for you to get so solid in yourself to have this expanded awareness, and it's like this completely letting go. Eventually they will fall into your energy and they'll expand open, and it will really relax them. I don't mean that they're going inside your energy, but what I mean by that is they're going into the same energy within themselves, within their own space. And yes, you can learn how to do this, okay? One of the things when I first work with people is I get myself in that own space, or we do it together until I access it or I access it before them. And eventually their energy, see, your energy's always been there. It's always sensing like, like where's this person's energy at? The question is, are you aware of your own energy? And that's what this is all about, is getting you to be aware of the energy that your body is picking up on. So the first step is to bring you back inside. See, most people's energy is up above their head, like from their, literally the middle of their forehead, like an upside down pyramid or triangle. And it's going external like this. We want to bring that awareness inside, because your energy goes wherever your awareness is. Energy flows where attention goes. This is why acupuncture works so well, is because when they stick a little needle in you, your awareness goes there. And so the healing energy goes into that space and heals that, because that's where your awareness is. Wherever your awareness is where your energy goes. Now the key is, let's say you're laying down and you have your awareness inside your belly, the size of a golf ball. Well, make sure you have an expanded awareness outside of that, and at the same time noticing the golf ball, but not focused on it. You want to have your awareness expanded around. And then imagine, it's like you just allow that, let's say you're tight in your belly or in your solar plexus. Allow it to be. Just let it go. Your only job is to notice it and have an open, expanded awareness of it. That's it, right? That's the technique right there. That's it. Lay down, do some deep breathing through your nose and out your mouth. In your nose, and out your mouth. And then you keep doing that until you catch your breath, until that tightness in your solar plexus completely lets go. Then you allow yourself to have that awareness inside your solar plexus / belly area in an open, expanded way. And just begin to notice whatever you notice in that space, in that open space. So if you say, so what am I looking for? Nothing. Don't look. That's the thing. That's push energy. You're going external. Don't. Just expand your awareness and just notice whatever you notice. And if you notice nothing, that's what you noticed. That's perfect. You might notice something, you might notice nothing, you might notice a white light, you might notice colors, you might notice just darkness, you might notice a tension, you might notice a relaxation. All your job is to notice whatever you notice and have an open awareness of it in an open and expanded way. Just allow, let go, and notice. Experience what you notice. Experience your emotions. Feel whatever it is that you're feeling. Once you expand, it's like once you completely allow it to be in its own space, something will shift on its own. You don't do it. It does it. And then the energy will expand throughout your entire belly, your chest, maybe your entire body. And once this happens, you get rid of the separation. So now there is no internal or external. There's just energy. It's like being in an entire ocean of energy. There's no separation at all. It's just water. It's just energy. It's just atoms, electrons, and molecules that are expanded out. In the beginning, a lot of people think, oh, okay, it's either or. So it's either inside or outside. It's either internal or external. No. It's both at the same time, and yet it's not both. Once you see, the way you do it is by going internal, and that opens the door to total expansion to the entire universe. So there is no internal or external. That is the lie. There is no internal, there is no external. That's the illusion, is what I should say. There is just everything, nothing. Expansion. Total awareness. This is consciousness. And this is access. Expanded energy is love. Love is expanded energy where all the molecules are free to flow. Concentrated energy is where everything is stuck in this tight, small space. This causes pain, causes suffering, and this is attachment. You want to completely let go of all attachment. This is where the Christian completely misunderstood, because they're looking at it from the 3D world. They're looking at it technically from the 2D mind, the left logical brain, about rules, structure, and organization. Do you already feel the separation right there? The minute you put up lines and boxes and rules and structure, you create separation. See, if you feel alone when you're alone, or even lonely when you're with people, it's not them. The separation's not out there. The separation is within you, within your own energy field. See, if you believe there's an internal and an external, when you're in one, you're not in the other. When you're in the other, you're not in the one, and therefore you are divided. You are separated from yourself. What I'm saying is let go of the lines and open up to all of who you are at the same time. This is what you're really looking for. This is what you've always been looking for. When you think you're looking for love in another person, no, you're not. You're looking to have that feeling of oneness. And you think it's in them over there. That right there, that's separation. Here's a very interesting thing. I'm going to say this first. You think even connecting with yourself, even the word connecting, there's a part of me that's not connected No, that's the separation. Even if you take two pieces of a puzzle and you connect it together, you're like, oh, I'm at one. No, not really. It's like two pieces are connected and they look like they're at one. What I'm saying is get rid of the connection and open up to the expansion, and therefore it's beyond connection. It's oneness. That's what you've always been looking for. There's no separation. See, you can't attach to something. How to explain this? If you see it as separation, you're reaching externally, boom, now you're disconnected from yourself. You're trying to cling something, you're trying to attach to something, whether it's a part of you or a car or a house. But the idea is to expand your awareness through it, to become one with it. That's the only thing that will ever make you feel whole and complete. See, when you buy a car or a house or a thing, that should be, listen closely, an expression of you. In other words, an expression of your emotions, an expression of your energy, not the other way around. And that's what Jesus meant. Haven't you seen those guys or those people where their car becomes their identity? Yeah, I'm cool because I got this cool car. It's this external thing that's outside of their body. That will never be who they are. That is an illusion. And that's the illusion that Jesus was talking about. He didn't mean you couldn't own nice things. You absolutely should own nice things because it should be an expression of you. So the more you become you, the more you expand, the more you express yourself. That's what this whole journey was all about. The person who needs to buy a car or a dress or a house or have a certain position at a company, they are separating and dividing themselves. Let's use a car, a thing, an external thing. You can absolutely own as many external things as your heart desires. The difference is this person puts his energy and awareness into that thing. So when that thing gets damaged, they feel damaged. They feel hurt. More importantly, when you put your awareness over inside that thing, you are now separated from your own energy. That's what I'm talking about. Remember about 10-15 minutes ago when I was talking about how most people's energy is outside of themselves, and generally it's from their forehead up, like an upside down pyramid or an upside down triangle? That's separation. That's division. That's attachment. So you're trying to hold on and cling on to this thing that's outside of you to make you feel good inside, when all you need to do is drop your awareness down inside by allowing your awareness to be inside, because wherever your awareness goes, that's where energy will follow. So energy flows where attention goes. So if your attention is inwards and expanded out from within, that's healthy, because now you're completely connected to yourself. This is the only thing that will truly make you feel connected. This is the only way that you will fully feel whole and complete and will be happy. So when Jesus said let go of your things or get rid of them, he didn't mean physically in the 3D world get rid of them. He meant to let go of the attachment. The energy is supposed to come from within you, expanding out, not the other way around. And that's what Christ was trying to get you to understand. See, the people that put their awareness into their diamond, into their car, that's where your awareness is. And therefore, it's like that car becomes becomes you. It's not you. That's the illusion. And that's what narcissists do. They put their awareness into you, thinking, well, that's me, and I must control that. That's why they're so controlling. They want you to be the way they want to be, but they're so external. They put their awareness inside everybody else. They never bring their awareness back inside because they don't want to feel emotional pain. Okay, so you know how I told you that exercise about 7 minutes ago in this video? Lay down on your bed and be aware of that tension in your solar plexus or your forehead and expand your awareness and have an awareness of it. Just notice it. Have an expanded awareness of it. That's the way the things around you should be. They're just things out there that have energy in them. A car has energy. A plant has energy. A flower has energy. You just have an awareness of it. That's all it is. Your awareness expands from you. It doesn't leave you. This is the wellspring of life. This is the wellspring of abundance. This is what the Bible was always talking about. But people were looking at it from the external view, from the external left brain. And they changed everything into being, oh, it's about things. No, it's not about things. It's never been about things. It's about emotions. It's about energy. See, love, happiness, and joy come from within and expand outwards. This is the expression of the universe. This is the expression of energy. This is the expression of love. This is the expression of compassion. The really cool thing is when you get really, really good at having awareness of these parts inside you and allowing them to be in their own space, you begin to do this with the people around you. So now you're not invading or controlling or connecting with them energetically on an external level. This is what causes control. Nobody likes to be controlled. Literally what I'm talking about, this energy that you're looking at right now, this is what causes slavery. One person wants to control the other. This is a narcissist. This right here is synergy. This is when people's energy begin to expand and grow and become more powerful when two people come together in one union, in one focus, and one goal, etc., etc. Like I said, when I read the verse, the Bible, I think it was the last video I put up, I think it was Matthew 18:19 through 20. It's like when two come together as one, essentially God comes into this field of energy and he blesses you. Yes, it's Matthew 18:19 through 20. It says, "Again, truly I tell you that if two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it will be done for them by the Father, by my Father in heaven." Verse 20, "For where two or three gather in my name, there am I with them." Internal, with, as if one, connected, one field of energy, one field of emotion. Stop looking outside of yourself. God is inside. Powerlessness is when you go external. You feel powerless. Like, well, I have no choice in the matter. I have no power. I can't do anything. When you look within, you connect to the power. You open up to the power. That's why you felt powerless, is because you were external. You were disconnected. When you come back inside, you connect to your own natural, healthy, energetic power. If you have to go external to control someone else outside, you are powerless. If people willingly come to you, to be with you, to work with you, etc., that's power. That's powerful because they're happy to be with you in this open, flowing energy. They choose to be with you. I don't want to use the word power anymore because it's so embedded in our Western culture that means control over others. That's not what I mean. What I really mean is energy flow, synergy, free energy that's flowing between people, that's building up the energy of creation. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you listen closely, it says, am I. It's when the I, the left brain, becomes one with the am. That's when Jesus said, I am. I am that I am. There's no separation. I am at one, a tone. At plus one equals a tone. Atonement. Read the Bible from the internal world, from the internal brain. You do that, all the pieces will fit together. 1 plus 1 equals 2 all of a sudden. Everything fits together and makes sense. So when you read the Bible from the external left brain, that's also the divider brain and the separator brain. It separates all the verses. The right brain is the addition brain where it adds things together. All of a sudden you read the Bible from the internal way, the right brain, you're like, wait a minute, all these pieces, verses, fit together perfectly in unison, as if at one, a tone. Love yourself. This is how you open the door to yourself. How do you do that? Well, one of the techniques I gave earlier on in this video about laying down, curling up, and being with yourself, being with your energy, feeling your energy, having an awareness of the tension and noticing and being aware of it until it opens up and expands all by itself. It may take one day, it may take two, it may take a week, it may take a month, it may take longer. Learning how to let go and enter this neutral space is the most powerful thing or experience you will ever do. I promise you this. This applies to business. This applies to sales. I'm telling you what, this neutralizes everything. In fact, a lot of times when you're doing the, I call it pressure sales, you're pushing them away, not even knowing. A lot of guys will do this, and they'll come to me for dating and relationship coaching, and I teach this in the dating and relationship coaching, because when you go neutral, women approach you. Because it's a very neutral, comfortable energy. It's not push, it's not pull. They're not being jerked around. They're not being controlled. That's probably the better way of saying it. When they feel like they're free to be with you or free to go, that's when they want to talk to you. That's when they literally physically approach you. It's the same thing in sales, because you're not tricking them. You're not manipulating them. Therefore, there's no separation. There's no barrier. There's no boundary where they're like kind of holding back. Like, I don't know. I don't trust this guy. When you go neutral, they're just like, oh, this is what causes, literally, and I don't like to use the word because it's used in a very false way, but this is what causes actual transparency. So in Cracked Female Code, I teach this to men to be internal and to let go of the push-pull, and all of a sudden women walk up to them. Now I had a client at Benov, and we went to the mall, because he got really good at finally doing it on his own. I was like, okay, let's go out in public and let me just watch and see how you do it, to see if he needed any adjustments. And he got really frustrated after about 4 minutes. I'm like, what are you so mad about? What's going on? He goes, well, I can't do it when I'm with you. I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about? Because that's generally how people open up, is because when my energy is open, their energy pops open. And he goes, well, yeah, but everyone's looking at you and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's because you're not actually doing it. He goes, what do you mean? I go, I could tell by your energy. I could feel it. You're looking out to see who's looking at you, aren't you? He goes, yeah, I was. He goes, how did you know? I'm like, I could feel it. I go, let go of that. So I go, let's sit down, do the grounding technique correctly, and when you're in that space, I'll feel it, and then we can go. He does it. He takes 2 steps from the bench. Boom. This mother and daughter both locked onto him. But Mike, what am I supposed to do to women to make them like me? By the way, that's a very common question. Mike, what do I do to make her like me? I go, whoa. Slavery day, slave master days are over. We don't make anyone do anything. It's what we do to ourselves. It has nothing to do with them at all. Now, Adam asked this question the second time he came out. He goes, so then what do we do? And I looked at him and I said, nothing. And that is the key to everything I just said over the last 38 minutes. It's the art of nothing. I call it the art of letting go because people will listen to that. But what are you letting go of? Everything. You're just doing nothing. You're not even doing the technique of letting go. You're literally doing nothing. And when you can access and enter that space, all of a sudden your life begins to flow. Is it a challenge to get there? Yeah, because you're so used to controlling, because everything around you is about control in one form or another. So this is why in the beginning you may have to let go of your physical belongings. You may have to let go of your house and your car and become a Buddhist monk and go there, and yet you shave your head. You have nothing but a robe. You literally own and have nothing. Before you're allowed to be a monk, you can't have any kind of worries. In other words, you can't be running a business. You have to get rid of it or completely turn it over to someone else. Like, you literally come to a place of absolute nothingness, because when you're there to learn how to let go. So you can literally have no stress and no worry. So you can access this space of nothingness until you can finally do it on your own and go out into the world this way. Until you become so solid and so natural in this way, instead of the car owning you, you own the car. I don't even want to say own, because that's a form of control. It's having awareness. It's an expression of yourself, like having an awareness of that part inside your solar plexus that's tight. You have an open, expanded awareness of it. You don't attach to it. You let it go. When those thoughts come up in meditation, they go into your forehead, and that's attachment. You let go. You have an awareness of them. You begin to notice them. That's it. It's the same thing. Once you get good at that, now you can go out into the world and bring this energy and way of being out into the world. God bless you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video enlightens you on a subject that you've probably heard a million times but didn't quite understand. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about development. Just getting better and better at being in this state or this space of non-attachment. Hey, thank you guys very much for listening. If you liked this video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment. And if you want, you can go ahead and make a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.